War leaves its mark, not just on the land but on the soul. We see the destruction, the rubble, the casualties. But what about the unseen scars? The ones etched deep within the hearts of those who lived through the unimaginable. This is a story about them, the silent victims, the ones whose voices are often lost in the clamor of conflict. The children robbed of their innocence. The soldiers forever haunted by their experiences. The families torn apart by grief and loss. War's true cost cannot be measured in dollars or casualties alone. It's in the shattered lives, the broken dreams, the invisible wounds that fester long after the guns have fallen silent. It's time we listen to their stories. Layla was only 5 when the bombs fell on her city. She remembers the deafening explosions, the blinding flashes of light, the terror that choked her voice as her parents huddled her under a table, their faces pale with fear. Then, silence. An eerie, unsettling silence that spoke volumes. Emerging from the wreckage, Layla found herself alone. Her world reduced to dust and debris, her parents gone. She wandered for days, clutching a tattered doll, her tiny heart heavy with a grief too profound for words. Taken in by an overburdened orphanage, Layla became a silent witness to the devastating legacy of war. Her story, though unique in its details, echoes the pain of countless children robbed of their families, their homes, their childhoods. Sergeant Mark Jenkins returned home a hero, greeted by the warm embrace of his family and the cheers of a grateful nation. Decorated for bravery, his chest gleamed with medals, each one a testament to his courage and sacrifice on the battlefield. But beneath the facade of the stoic soldier, a different battle raged within. The invisible wounds of war were etched deeply into his soul. The war had followed him home, invading his sleep, his thoughts, his very being. Nightmares plagued him, robbing him of peace and rest. Vivid flashbacks of firefights and explosions haunted his waking hours, making it impossible to escape the horrors of the past. The faces of fallen comrades were forever seared into his memory, a constant reminder of the lives lost and the sacrifices made. He couldn't escape the guilt, the survivor's remorse, the invisible wounds that ran deeper than any bullet could penetrate. The weight of his experiences was crushing. Mark suffered in silence, battling the stigma associated with post-traumatic stress disorder, a silent epidemic among veterans. Seeking help was a struggle in itself. He struggled to reconcile the horrors he had witnessed with the normalcy of civilian life. The transition was jarring and often felt impossible. His story is a stark reminder that the wounds of war extend far beyond the physical, often leaving veterans grappling with invisible scars that time alone cannot heal. These scars require understanding, support, and compassion from society. Section 4. From Anguish to Activism, A Woman's Journey. Aisha never thought of herself as an activist. She was content with her life, dedicated to her family and her students. She was a teacher, a mother, a wife. Her days were filled with the simple joys and challenges of everyday life. But war had a way of changing everything. The conflict that erupted in her homeland brought devastation and chaos. When her husband, a journalist, was killed covering the conflict, Aisha's world shattered. The news was a blow that left her reeling. Consumed by grief and anger, she could have easily succumbed to despair. The weight of her loss was almost unbearable. Instead, she chose a different path. She decided to transform her pain into something meaningful. She channeled her pain into purpose, her grief into action. Aisha began to speak out, to organize, to fight for change. Aisha became a vocal advocate for peace, tirelessly working to raise awareness about the devastating impact of war on families and communities. Her voice became a powerful tool for change. She traveled the world, sharing her story, her voice growing stronger with each telling. Her journey took her to places she had never imagined. She became a beacon of hope, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, proving that even in the face of unimaginable loss, one can find the strength to rebuild and inspire change. Aisha's journey is a powerful reminder that from the depths of despair, one can rise to make a difference. Section 5. The Ripple Effect, Families Torn Apart. War's reach extends far beyond the battlefield. It ripples outwards, touching the lives of families and communities, leaving behind a trail of broken hearts and shattered dreams. The wives and husbands who bid farewell to their loved ones, uncertain if they will ever return. The parents who live with the agonizing uncertainty of their children's fate. The siblings who grow up with a void in their lives, a constant reminder of the loved one lost to the ravages of war. Their stories are often untold, their voices unheard. They bear the weight of their loss in silence, grappling with the emotional and psychological toll of war on the home front. Section 6. The Long Road to Healing. Healing from the wounds of war is a long and arduous journey. It requires time, compassion, and understanding. For many, the scars may never fully fade, but there is hope. There are organizations and individuals dedicated to providing support and resources to those affected by conflict. From counseling and therapy to community outreach programs, these initiatives offer a lifeline to survivors, helping them navigate the challenges of post-war life and find solace in shared experiences. The road to recovery may be long and winding, but with the right support, healing is possible. It is a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity, our capacity for resilience, and our unwavering belief in a better tomorrow. Section 7. A Call for Empathy and Understanding. As we move further away from the battlefields, it's easy to forget the human cost of war. The landscapes may heal, but the scars on the human soul remain. We often become desensitized to the statistics, the news reports, the distant rumble of conflict. Numbers and headlines can never fully convey the depth of the suffering. But behind every casualty figure, every headline, every story of destruction, there are real people. People who have lost their homes, their loved ones, their sense of security, individuals with hopes, dreams, and families, children who deserve a future free from fear and violence. Their stories deserve to be told, their voices heard. We must bear witness to their experiences and honor their resilience. It's our duty to listen, to empathize, to understand the profound and lasting impact of war on the human psyche. The trauma that lingers long after the last shot is fired. For in understanding their pain, we begin to grasp the true cost of conflict and the urgent need for peace. Peace that is not just the absence of war, but the presence of justice and compassion. Let us not forget the silent victims, those who suffer in silence, whose stories are yet to be told. Let their stories be a reminder of war's enduring legacy and a call to action for a more peaceful and compassionate world, a world where empathy and understanding pave the way for lasting peace.